Hello folks and welcome to All About Racing here folks, and we are here with Extinguished Racing here, and it's going to be at the Australia in the lovely Albert Park, and the length of this circuit is 5.278 kilometres. We've got 14 corners here, 5 to the left and 9 to the right. The first Grand Prix in 1996. The tyres we're going to be using is the soft C5, the medium C4 and the hard C3, and that's actually one step softer compared to last year here. So we'll see, already seen a few drivers coming out onto the track. Who is the first one up? Let's see. There we go, it's Robbo who's going to be the first one up, so we'll stay on board with him while he gets round to start the lap. Right now though, we'll have a look at the stand-ins as they stand at the moment. Stray Dog Racing in the McLaren there is on 174 points, and we've got Passy in the Mercedes on 143, 1 point behind that, so it's Stray Dog 0 in the other McLaren on 142 points. Andrew Pipsmith in the Red Bull on 122 in fourth. In fifth is Collins on 112. Then we've got Test Driver, the other Haas, just behind that in sixth on 92 points. 76 points for Percival in the RB in seventh. In eighth is Super Striker in the Aston Martin on 63 points, and 1 point behind that in the Red Bull is Ali, and well, who's another one who's on 62 points also is Stray Dog 3. And then we've got St. Power in 11th on 145, Jack in the Ferrari on 41, Jim Stroud on 28, and then 24 for Owen. And we're seeing that Robbo has already started his lap on his way down into turn 3. And that DRS wide open there, and of course there is 4 DRS points but only 2 DRS detection points, so if you get that overtake done going into turn 1, you've got it all the way down to turn 3 with some clean air ahead of you, so you could actually get quite a boost and pull away. Now up to 11 and 12. Now have a quick look at the constructors while we wait on Robbo finishing his lap. We've got McLaren who are sitting on 316 points, Haas on 204, and second and third is Red Bull on 183, Mercedes on 143. Then we've got Aston Martin in fifth on 87, 10 points behind that on 77 is the Racing Bulls, and we've got the Sauber team on 71, Ferrari on 55 in 8th, and 9th is Williams on 49, and at the back of the pack is Alpine on 28 points. And there we've just seen Robbo finish his lap of 118.178, and we've seen Jack Spack go fastest to 117.9. Andrew was in the middle, went second, 118.057. We've just seen Stray Dog Racing there go was third, now down to fourth, as RB Test Driver puts in the fastest lap of 117.523. And I've seen quite a few drivers coming and finishing lap. Collins just to the line now, finishing their lap, goes quickest, 116.805, absolutely stonker of a time, and absolutely sails past his teammate's time. Now we'll go on board with Stray Dog 3 in the Silver as he comes out the final corner. That's turn 14, and now into turns 1 and 2. We've seen a few spectacular moments happen in the past here, but he's just went that bit too deep and he's messed his lap up going into turn 1. Coming out of turn 1, sorry. So he's the only driver who's still yet to set a time, and I suspect that he'll be starting to try to save fuel and get back around, unless they're wanting to just go straight for into the pits and come back out. But we've seen the Haas right now They two are up there, locked out that front row for now. They're up provisionally in first and second. So nice time from them. We've seen a couple of drivers actually on the medium tyres there. Percival, Super Striker and Stray Dog Racing all sitting in 7th, 10th and 11th. We'll just see a whole slew of cars all just come back into the pits, except from Syke, who's on time. Super Striker goes even quicker, a 1:16.795, and puts up provisionally on pole position with the medium tyres. Stellar time there from the Aston Martin driver. Now Syke is coming into turn 3 here and 4, this little tight chicane section. Well, it's not really chicane, but kind of reminds me a little bit of the section Fania going into the end of sector 2 at Spa. Stray Dog just coming up to the end of their lap now, and they're jumping into the pits. So, seen 15 out of the 16 drivers all put times on the board. Who's going to be up first to set a time? Or if Robble's jumping into the pits. So what one was that? It was Stray Dog Racing coming around the final corner, turn 14, to start their lap. We will jump on board with them right now. We'll keep some of the heads-up display on, nicely done through turns 1 and 2 there. DRS is wide open yet again as they're on their way down to turn 3. Braking as late as you can and trying to get the car hooked in nicely and get that rotation as you want to get lined up perfectly for going into turn 4 and 5, as it could end up messing up that whole section. Now into turn 6 and 7, we've seen a spectacular event happen there just earlier on in the year between Fernando Alonso and George Russell on the final lap of the Australian Grand Prix. Now coming up to turns 9 and 10, just a little tap on the brakes there as you fling it around that left and right corners there of turns 9 and 10, and then DRS is open again all the way down into turn 11, and getting past that corner there, being careful on that apex so it can unsettle the car. Now into turn 13, there have a bit of a lock up there. Now around the final corner, DRS open to the line. Let's see what time the McLaren driver's going to be able to put on the board. 1:17.416, 7 tenths quicker than his previous time, and goes into P3. Who is going to be up next? Jack Spack, just as a jump on board with him, gets that tail end a bit too much out and goes into the wall and breaks his front wing, and that is going to be quite upsetting. And he's trying to get on the power, but he's getting on the power a bit too much there. And he's going to have to be careful now. He's going to have to try and crib crawl back to the pit lane. Be careful on that throttle there. There we go. We see that throttle application at the bottom of your screen, that little green bar, not the big one. Now we'll see further down, St. Powers on a lap, just coming out of turn 12 there into 13 locking up quite a bit there going into turn 13 and decides to put it into the pit lane. Oh, and Mike Speed taking too much out of that, well, on that fine first corner there, and ends up invalidating. Stray Dog Racing not on a lap now. Let's see, RB Test Driver just came around turn 10 there, and it looked like they got a bit wide, and yep, they're giving up on their lap. Oh, and Andrew, looked like they were into the wall there. Have they got any damage to that car? Yep, they do, to that front left end plate. And a little bit more of that front wing also, so that'll be back to the pit lane for now. He's just trying to keep out the way of other drivers who are quite possibly on laps. And Robbo on the straight there, going down into turn 9, that is actually quite unusual for a driver to mess up there, but it could be possibly connection issues or some issue such as that. Whereas Collins just started their lap, currently sitting in P2. They're only a 100th of a second off of Super Striker. We'll see how the Haas is going to do as they're navigating Sector 1 of turns 3 and 4, and now into turn 5, the flat out right-hander, using up as much of that curb on the left-hand side on the exit as possible. Now into turn 6 and 7, and then around 8 with the DRS, a way to be wide open right now as they're on their way run down into turn 9. Look at the speed, over 200 miles an hour as he flings it in at that 50 metre board. Just a little tap on the brakes, and now back up to speed yet again before getting hard on the brakes into turn 11. Using up much of that curb on the exit as possible. Same with turn 12, and he's utilising that whole track to his advantage here. Now hooking it over to the left and then through to the right and back to the left as they go to the line of 116.401 and puts it on provisional pole position for now with just over 5 minutes left on the clock. Nicely done there from Collins. We'll see who is going to be up next. We're looking at that time, so we'll see how far that is. It's out just under 4/10 quicker than the Aston Martin driver there. So he went 4/10 quicker than his previous time there, so nicely done. I've seen a good few drivers out to start laps. Syke is one right now, just coming around turn 12. Now we'll stay on board with the Sauber driver and we'll see what time they're going to put in, as both Saubers are currently sitting down at the back of the pack. And oh, that's actually surprising that he didn't invalidate there. Just managing to keep that time. Is it going to manage to, did it help him or hinder him? We'll see as he's coming to the end of Sector 1. We've got a Red Bull on the left-hand side there, 27.7. And Andrew Pip Smith has been disqualified. They were currently sitting in 8th place, but they got out of the way. And it seems they have been disqualified and will be starting at the back of the pack. So Stray Dog 3 hasn't got much to worry about in terms of starting at the back of the grid. We'll start 1 place higher. Now, Syke into Sector 3 now. We'll see what time the Sauber driver's going to be able to do. They're just navigating turn 11 and the lock up. And that causes them to understeer and go across that apex curb. And that is not going to be what they want, as they're sitting 4.7 seconds back on the lead time. That's quite a big difference there. But he's still going to come to the line and finish his lap, which I think would have been better just to jump into the pits. And there we go, he's 1.7 seconds down on his previous time. so not going anywhere just yet. Percival to the line, only improves by 0.2. It's not enough for him to jump up another position. You see, Robbo is going to be the next driver up. Just navigating turn 13 now, and hooking it into turn 14. We'll see what the Williams man's going to be able to do. Is he's coming up to the line with the DRS wide open. And is he going to improve on his lap? No, he's down on his lap by 0.5. Jack's back. Oh, jumping into the pits, but he's not going to have enough time to get back out, I don't think, and get another lap in. So I think that's going to be him starting down in 7th at the highest. RB test drivers on a lap right now, it seems. Going further down, Stray Dog Racing, the one who hasn't set a time just yet, coming into turn 3. We'll see if they have got what it takes to keep it within them white lines. It's going to be a tough one for them as they haven't validated the previous lap time. We'll see how they're going to be able to manage coming around turn 6, 7 and 8 now. Going to be flat out all the way down to turn 9, where they're going to be and not just giving it a little tap on the brakes and flinging the car to the left hand side. And then to the right again as they come around 9 and 10. Now DRS wide open. The DRS detection point for this is actually way back at turn 7. So that's going to be interesting to come the rest. Ooh, could they take a bit more speed going around turn 11 there, but still manages to get it around and keep it within the white lines. Now into turn 13 and now the final corner of 14. Now to the line, goes over to the right hand side a little bit, and they managed to go 11th with a 118.7. We've got the Mercedes of, I think that's Stray Dog Racing, just about to start their lap. We'll see who else is on the lap. We'll see Mike's speed whereabouts today. They're just coming down into turn 11 now. What time is the Ferrari going to be able to manage? Now only 2 corners left to go. Currently sitting in 12th position at the moment with a time of a 119.921. Let's see what the Ferrari is going to be able to do. Are they going to be able to improve on their time? They do, but not enough to move up any positions. But they're going to be staying exactly where they are. Oh, and Robbo almost spinning right out there as he's coming around turn 12, sorry. My mistake. Let's see, Thomas just coming around turn 8 there. Who's going to be the next driver up? I've got the Haas of RB test driver. Nope, they're not finishing their lap. And yep, I think it's going to be the McLaren of Stray Dog Racing. Currently sitting at top of the standings right now. And he jumps into the pits. Collins into the pits also. Mike's speed will be staying where they are. We've got Ali who's invalidated, so the next one up is going to be Thomas, just coming around turn 13 now. Into 14, what time is the Alpine going to be able to do? They're going to be able to improve under 117.707. To the line is going to be a 117.362. That's good enough for 3rd place. 2nd row of the grid for the Alpine driver. And Ali has went off the track there, but has invalidated, and Mike Speed jumps into the pit lane. And that is it, folks, for qualifying. There we go, we see Collins and Super Striker. They're going to be the ones starting on that front row of the grid. Just over a 10th separate the two of them. Now we just wait for Mike to get put into the garage before we get on with the end of qualifying. And there you have it, folks. That is the end of qualifying. Collins in the Haas gets that pole position at 116.401. and only 1/10 behind that was Super Striker Thomas. Managed to get third, quite a way off though, as Stray Dog Racing Championship leader in fourth. Fifth was Test Driver, then we had Ali in sixth, Jack Spack in seventh, Stray Dog 0 in eighth, ninth for Robbo, 10th for Percival, Stray Dog 3 in 11th, Mike Speed in 12th, 13th for St. Power M's in 14th, Psych in 15th, and unfortunately being disqualified for parking in a dangerous location is Andrew Pip Smith, starting at the back of the pack. Now, moving on to the main event, which is going to be 29 laps of racing around this 5.278 kilometre track. Now we're just going to be waiting for the drivers to get their finalised the little setups if they want to make a couple of wee tweaks here and there, or depending on fuel load as well and tyre strategy. And there we go, just getting underway for the formation lap. Get the tyres up, and everybody on the medium compound tyres except Stray Dog 0 and McLaren sitting in 8th place, and he's pretty much right dead centre of the whole grid on them hard compound tyres. So we'll see how he's going to be able to survive. It's going to be quite a wild one for them at the start, once they realise that everyone else is on the medium compound tyres, and they're going to be having quite the advantage. Collins not wanting to wait around, neither is Super Striker or Thomas, putting the foot near enough straight to the floor, and that's not going to be good for their tyres. And there we see the strategy coming up now, medium tyres until about lap 13 to 16, and then jumping on to the hard compound tyres. Is a soft hard going to be able to work? That is the question we're going to be soon finding out. Just waiting for these drivers. And Psych has been disqualified and will be starting with them freezing cold tyres. That's why it's always good to get them tyres up to temperature as kind of as quick as you can, just in case that does happen. Then you've at least got quite toasty tyres for the start. Collins already lined up on the grid, and so is Super Striker. So how are their tyres gonna go? It's saying they're quite cold there, and are they actually cooling, or will it actually go back up? We'll find out in just a few moments, but it looks like they're going down a little. And there we go, we just seen Andrew just get back and get lined up again. Looks like Mike Speak didn't manage to get lined up properly, and now we see the lights start. 1 light, 2 light, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And we're away for the start of the Australian Grand Prix. We'll change that over real quick, and it looks like Stray Dog Racing in the McLaren in third place managed to get up a place, but RB Test Driver up a place also, up 2 places, now into third, managing to get a great start there. Collins and Super Striker pulling away from the pack while all these drivers behind are fighting it out for that third place and further down. And now we'll see Stray Dog Racing Zeros managed to still keep in that 8th position for now, and has actually made up a place on Robbo just there, who's made a mistake and actually went quite wide there going through turn 7 there. Now looking further up, it looks like we're going to see an overtake just up ahead between Collins and Super Striker, and Collins having that inside line, Super Striker on the inside at turn 10, and actually made contact there going around, and this has allowed Test Driver to catch right up. And are they going to be able to make a move? Nope, it doesn't look like it just yet. Super Striker on the inside there, going into turn 11, has to yield there, and Collins manages to maintain that lead just for now. That could all change in just a few moments when they get back up, and possibly is he going to have a go going into turn 1? Yeah, it looks like he's going for it. He's using that battery, using that slipstream. We've got a terrible camera angle there, and it looks like he's going up the inside, going into turn 1, but he just doesn't manage to make it. Collins managing to hold that momentum through turn 2 there, and now going up into turn 3. Is he going to go for the lunge down the inside? No, he doesn't, and he's under pressure there from being in that Haas sandwich, and all this battling there for the first place has allowed a load of these drivers to catch back up to the back of the pack. Stray Dog 3 and Andrew swapping places there. Andrew now up 4 places and into 12th after being disqualified in qualifying. Going further up, it looks like Percy's going to be having a go on the Williams here. Is he going to go for it going into turn 11? He's using that DRS and the slipstream, having a look around the outside. Is he going to manage to make this work going into turn 9? They're going to be going side by side, and he just doesn't manage to get the good line through that, and that's held up Jack Spark quite a bit there. And now the gap has opened up a bit more, but Robbo may not have that advantage going down into turn 1. He may not be able to get that DRS off of Stray Dog Zero in that McLaren just up ahead. And I don't think he did. Nope, he didn't. So now he's going to have an attacking Percival in that RB just behind. And we've seen Collins being overtaken there by Super Striker, and now the Aston Martin is in the lead after 3 laps. But he's got 2 Haas drivers right behind him, and it's going to be difficult as he's going to have to try and fend off both of them, and they could do a nice double attack at him. And Collins has left the session. And that is absolutely gutting, and I'm not able to invite him back as he is on PC. And Jack Spark has retired. Jack Spark has retired from this Grand Prix. And now we have a safety car, and luckily Ghostum was on. The Rams would have been having a broken front wing there. So now the safety car is out, and Thomas has left the session also. So we've had 2 disconnects. We'll see what is going to happen if anybody's able to get back in. It would be nice. So we're just going to be trying to see if any of the drivers are going to be able to get back in. I would be able to try and get them, but that is a bit difficult regarding them both being on PC. But apologies about that. We'll go and have a look. So it only shows that Mike Speed is the only one who's going to be jumping into the pits. Everyone else is still trying to stick to that one-stop strategy, it seems. So I'm just reading some of the chat here in the Discord, and it seems Collins has a steam issue, and I'm guessing that's going to be the same for Thomas also, as they're the only drivers on the grid who do race on PC. So just trying to hopefully manage to get back in. So Collins is rebooting their PC and see. I'm just trying to chat with one of the drivers right now, Thomas, and see if the issue is the same with them. So Thomas has just rebooted their console. And there we have it, folks. That is the safety car jumping into the pit lane. It's going to be speeding away, and it's going to be Super Striker, who is going to be the driver taking us away again. And Thomas, the McLarens of Stray Dog, have got a couple of drivers who have still yet to get back into the lobby. Hopefully they could get back in real quick before we get started again. And there we go, he could go at any point now. That safety car is into the pit lane now. Now he's just backing the pack right up, and now he has going into turn 13. Gets a little bit of that tail shake going around 13 though on the exit. But still manages to keep it going. Having a little look and seeing the driver of Stray Dog getting past Collins there. And the same with the other McLaren. It's a bit unfortunate that this has happened. And now Collins, after doing quite a good race, and same as Thomas, now they're just going to end up down at the back of the pack if they don't manage to get in quickly. Looking on now, we're just seeing them dropping right down in 8th and 9th right now, after starting here in, what was it, 3rd and 4th and 5th, sorry. Now let's see the gap between the Haas and the Red Bull of Test Driver and Super Striker. Oh, using up all that carb there on the exit, stretching it as far as he can. And that's what you want to be doing, is using up the whole track to your advantage. As that is the best thing to do. making sure to use up every single ounce that I'm looking on right now. Test driver has got the DRS advantage, and is Syke around? No, I think Syke did make an error and is now at the back of the pack yet again after not having the best of qualifying sessions. Oh, it's just that overtake for the ghosted car that isn't here right now of Collins. Now we'll see, is RB test driver here going to be going for the move? He's going to have that DRS opening now. Nope, sorry, right now. There we go, we called it a little bit too early there. Now let's see, he's going to have the advantage after turn 10 also, after this little left-right section. But he's not using any of that battery, so he's wanting to sit behind and just stay peaceful for now. That's probably the best thing to do, is you don't want that pack behind to start catching up of Ali and the McLaren's just behind. Now go further down. Mike's speed locking up majorly there, and it looked like he was waiting to go and get that tail end out and end up going into the side of Ems there, but the control from the Ferrari there, nicely done, managing to keep it straight again. And is he going to be going for a move? No, he looked like he was going to have a lunge down the inside there, but pressure ensued there, and the RB driver of Ems has had to yield there and now loses a position, goes down into 12th as the Ferrari moves up into 11th place. We'll move further up, looking at the McLaren of Stray Dog Racing. Are they going to be going for the move just yet, going into turn 9? I don't think it's going to be the best thing, but going in, they're going in the inside, going into turn 9, make a little bit of contact there, still manages to keep it securely, they're side by side on the exit, but Stray Dog and the McLaren's going to have that advantage, and the DRS, so there we go, and he's made the move final. 4.9 seconds sets the gap to the leaders right now of Super Striker and Test Driver. Stray Dog 3 getting past St. Pillar there. Now Andrew Pipsmith, the one who got disqualified. Who is that that's around? That is Syke. Syke, have they got any damage there? Nope, they managed to get away scot-free. Just damage to talent there. Now we'll move further up and see RB Test Driver has now got past Super Striker and is up into the lead. But Super Striker is not going to be taking that line down, and he's going to be having a go going down into turn 9 as he will have that DRS advantage starting now. We'll see how things are going to be doing as he's using that battery. He's actually going for it here, but is he going to be managing to stay close enough? Let's see, going down the inside, going into turn 9. They're side by side and gets it done before the turn in. Nicely done there from Super Striker, and he's got the DRS again to start pulling away much, much better. Now Ali looking for a move on Stray Dog. This position just swapped about 90 seconds ago, and now Ali gets back up into third position and actually ditches Stray Dog Racing and won't have the DRS going into turn 1 and 3. Oh, Robo getting a little bit out of shape there on the exit, turn 13 there. Don't want to be doing that too much as you will end up wrecking them tyres. So we're going to see a swap here between the two McLarens. Is Stray Dog Zero going to get past here or going to go for the move? It doesn't seem like it. No, they're just playing the team game for now, as they are both sitting in excellent point scoring positions of third, 4th and 5th. We're back up to the lead right now. RB Test Driver is the one chasing now, yet again. Now, when are they going to strike? That is the question. They need to get close enough first in order to be able to strike. Moving further down, Percival right over, right under the tail of Robbo just ahead. And are they going to be going for it, going down into turn 11? Nope, not getting close enough there to go for that overtake for 6th place. And are Collins and Thomas back in the session? Nope, they're not. Andrew Pip. Oh, both of them walking up there. And oh, St. Powers spins around there, getting too much throttle down, and now is down. Let's see, where is he going to end up in 14th? Yep, so lost out quite a few places there. Super Striker now managed to pull a gap of 1 second. And we see Mike Speed getting too much on the power there, and ends up spinning out and almost going into the wall. Biggest gainer right now is Andrew Pip Smith after being disqualified in qualifying. Now sitting up in 9th place. Mike Speed around again. Collins has now finally joined the party. We'll see how he's going to be able to recover. No damage to that Ferrari, so that's good. Won't need to worry too much about oh, I'm sorry Collins, I just noticed your message there, and I wasn't able to send an invite, so I do apologise about that. It's just with you being on PC, and we don't have PC unfortunately. Looking on right now, Andrew Smith around, just after saying he was doing quite well, he just loses 2 positions there due to that error. Oh, and Syke there, locking up into turn 11. We've seen quite a few lockups here tonight. RB Test Driver jumped into the pits there and is now out on them hard compound tyres. Down in 8th place though. Looking to see if he could get that undercut. Thomas now into the session. Awesome. And now we're back up to the whole grid being back. Let's see how RB Test Driver is going to be able to do. Is he going to be able to get that undercut? He's got Stray Dog 3 in that silver just ahead. Is that going to be enough to be able to get an undercut, or is he going to end up being held up? Looking on at the gap right now, it is 21.6 seconds, and as it stands, it could be quite possible for him to get that overtake. Thomas putting in the fastest lap now of 12 seconds. That is insane how quickly he managed to get that lap put in, and he is disconnected again it seems, so that's a bit unfortunate there. We've seen Stray Dog Racing coming into the pit line now, and most likely be going on to them hard compound tyres. Now looking at the gap, Super Striker is 10.8 seconds off the lead as Thomas jumps into the pits now. We'll see where Test Driver is. Oh, and it's just all bugged up right now. And Thomas is actually a lap down, so Super Striker is actually in the lead. Still not pit as of yet. Now jumps into the pit lane. We'll see, is RB Test Driver going to be able to get the undercut here, as he's just coming into turn 11. We'll keep an eye on that little green indicator just coming up. And it looks like Stray Dog 3 actually spun out there, coming out of turn 10. Having a look at Test Driver. Are they going to be able to get the undercut? They're coming out at the final corner now. The Aston Martin, we can see, is just reaching the end of the pit lane. This is going to be quite a close one here between the two of them. RB Test Driver is going to have them hard tyres already warmed up. So is he going to be able to make the gains that he needs in order to get that net first place right now? As we know, Thomas is actually a lap down, and if he can possibly come back, it's somehow glitched him up to the lead lap. We're seeing a few drivers jumping into the pit lane again. Syke getting a 10-second time penalty, speeding in the pit lane. It is much more ferocious in this year's edition of Formula 1. It used to only give you a 5-second time penalty, now it's double. And RB test driver looks like he's not able to gain any gap, 2.4 seconds right now. So as things stand right now, Stray Dog Zero is in the lead on them hard compound tyres, but is going to be a severe disadvantage to the driver behind on them fresh hard compound tyres. It's going to be quite a big difference, but we could see Stray Dog coming into the pits in the next couple of laps and will have that advantage of being on the medium tyres at the end. The two Williams swapping places there. St. Power's just yet to pit, as Robbo has already pit, so it's quite an intelligent move to let them both swap places. Collins now getting up into 10th place there. Oh, and we've seen the St. Power jumping into the pits now. When is Stray Zero going to pit? But he's going to be under threat from Super Striker, and he actually moves to the left-hand side, not to cause any fuss, and actually lets him past quite easy. Collins, 1:19.435, the fastest lap as of yet. And apparently Thomas is in the lead still. Oh, see, M's getting a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. And we could see they've definitely been exceeding track limits, looking at how dirty that car is there. We've just seen another fastest lap, a Super Striker, a 1:18.585. I want to look at tyres. Everyone is on them hard compound tyres right now. Stray Dog Racing Zero is the only one on the old hard compound tyres. And we'll see when are they coming into the pits. It's got to be at the end of this lap, as they're at a huge deficit right now and will be dropping back quite a bit, probably down into about 8th position possibly, depending on when they're going to pit. That is the big question. Oh, and Andrew Pipsmith getting past St. Power there, using that outside line quite effectively in turn 3. St. Power all over the place there, is coming through the middle of the end of sector 1 there. We see a Stray Dog into the pits and now on them medium compound tyres. And I don't think Percival's going to get that overtake done, but he does lose a place to Ali. And RB test driver also. 5.2 seconds sets the gap to the leader now. Just ignore that at the top, as Thomas is not in session and is actually a lap down. We'll see if the drivers are going to be able to catch up to him. It's going to be an interesting one. He's going to need to gain about a second per lap in order to catch him at the end. But of course, that looks like that's already been done. Percival looking right close at the back of Stray Dog Zero, who's on them fresh hard tyres. Fresh medium tyres, my mistake. After being on them uh, hard compounds at the start. The only driver to start on white walled Pirellis at the start. Doesn't look like Percival's able to catch up enough there in order to get the move done. It looks like the grip difference is quite substantial, I will say. Now Super Striker's reduced that gap to 8 seconds now between him and Thomas of the AI car right now. Now looking on Percival losing that gap there, but coming in and out. Now back into that DRS window. Is he going to manage to stay within that going into around turn 7 and 8? Try and carry that momentum through turn 6, sorry. Now he's going to have that DRS wide open now. That's going to allow him to gain and possibly even go for the move going down into turn 11. We'll soon see if that will be the case. Taking quite a bit of apex there at turn 10. And still sitting there. Sight close to the back of that Williams of St. Power for 12th position. He's got is that a 3-second time penalty? Nope, it's 13-second time penalty. So he's going to be wanting to get this overtake done nice and quickly. We'll see Super Striker now getting past the AI car of Thomas. And it's quite unusual, we'll say, how that has happened. All I could really say is it's EA. What could you say? I will say the evolution of EA games has not been the best, to say the least. Now looking on, we've got a yellow flag in Sector 1. And that's Syke who's around at turn 1. Collins getting a 3-second time penalty for exceeding the track limits. Now let's see, biggest gainer right now, Andrew Pip Smith there, up from 16th place after being disqualified, up 5 positions now. Looking on, the person who's lost the most positions, and that'll be Colin. Actually, Thomas, after starting 3rd, and is now at the back of the pack, actually. Stray Dog Zero getting a 3-second time penalty. Another one, I think. Is that his second one? Nope, that's the first one. And we see Percival actually managing to get past and move up into 6th position. Percival doing quite nicely here tonight, is actually up 4 positions from 10th. Oh, you see the RB and Thomas going side by side, going through the final corner, and what an overtake by the test driver there to move up into 2nd place. Only joking. Thomas is actually in 15th. Which I still find weird, this game. Stray Dog Zero now looking to make amends on what just happened recently after him being overtaken. Now he's going for that. Oh, and getting left and right there, and I think that could be classed as possibly dangerous driving. He moved over a bit early as you're allowed to move only once, and then once again going into the braking zone, but obviously you have to leave the space and not do it too late. M's out of this Grand Prix. Whereabouts is that? Oh, and that's going down into turn 11, and M's is out of this Grand Prix. And we have a safety car, and we are most definitely going to see every single driver jump into the pits for them red-walled Pirellis, except Andrew Pip-Smith, who's went onto the mediums somehow. And oh no, Syke has just got himself a penalty for it must be exceeding the delta that's set by the safety car. I've seen a little bit of a lag there. And now this is going to be good because Thomas could actually be down where he's meant to be at the back of the pack after a couple of laps here. And we're seeing only a few drivers jumping onto the soft tyres as of yet. Super Striker, Ali and Stray Dog Racing. A couple of them jumping onto the medium tyres. We're still waiting to see who else is going to be going onto them Red Bull Pirellis. Is the McLaren? No, mediums. Stray Dog Zero, Robbo. So Percival jumps onto the soft, so does Robbo. Collins onto the medium tyres. The Silver of Stray Dog 3, what are they going to be going on? It's going to be red or yellow walled Pirellis. It's the yellow walled Pirellis. So onto them medium compounds, and I'm actually surprised we didn't see more of the drivers jumping onto the soft tyres. Is Mike Speed going to pit? I think it may be a good call. But then again, being a lap down isn't the best. And he's not able to get past, that's the problem. As Thomas, the AI car, will be technically on the lead lap right now. And he won't be able to get that overtake done if he's allowed to get past. We'll keep on board with him right now and see if he's going to be going for any overtake. So it looks like we're just going to be waiting on Syke to get back around as they're just coming around turn 8 now. I reckon we're going to be getting underway probably at the end of lap 24 by the time the Silver driver catches up, sitting quite a way back. So anybody in the chat, feel free to fire a comment in. Just waiting on Syke and St. Power to catch up to the back of the pack. So we're most likely going to end up having another lap of safety car after this. Yeah, we're Psych just coming up to turn 1 as we see the drivers just approaching turn 3 and 4 now. So we'll be able to catch up to the back of the pack this lap, and we'll be able to get ready to get underway racing yet again. Everyone else has got 100% battery. Psych had been using his a little to catch up. Now the best thing to do is try and get that battery charged up as much as possible. It's at 60% now. That's one thing I do enjoy about this game. The battery does charge up a lot quicker. I remember you could literally have your ERS on medium and it completely, and it just took so long to come back. Took multiple laps, sometimes even a dozen laps. Well, you put more, dozen is 12. So it could take quite a few laps to come into it, come back, you know. So, but right now we've had the notice from the race director, and we're going to be getting ready to get underway. And it's going to be Thomas, the AI car, leading us away. And they're on them old hard tyres, so it's not going to be a problem for the drivers to be able to get past. Now we'll just wait for when the AI car does decide to go, and it looks like it's gone now. And getting as much pace as possible, going up as Super Striker, moving up to the inside. Not even needing to, but trying to find that braking zone. Now moves past the Alpine, and the Alpine's just falling back now, which is good as it'll be able to jump back to the place where it belongs. Looking further back though, seeing that's the Ferrari of Mike Speed getting out of the way there. It looked like he was going for an overtake there, but unfortunately it is all the way down at the back of the park, and now Thomas finally being completely overtaken now. Now this will be very handy for me in the future at the end of the session to be able to tell the names at the end. But we're still waiting on Psych, who has got a drive-through penalty, so they'll be most likely serving that this lap, as it would be the best time to do it. Now looking on at this top 3 here, Super Striker Ali and Super Striker Test Driver and Ali here. Ali right on the back of that Haas there as they were navigating turn 13. Now we're going to have that message come up that DRS is now been enabled. Colin has just got past Stray Dog 0 there. And it looks like Stray Dog 3 was having a look up the inside, but didn't decided to yield. Looking further up at Robbo, are they going to be going for a move? Nope, just waiting patiently for now. Now what we'll do is we'll go back up to the lead pack right now, and Test Driver flying around that final corner there. Now are they going to be able to get close enough to make a move? Most likely not going to be until turn 11 at the very least. Just saving up that battery, not using any of it, just trying to stay within that DRS range and just use that to get close as they recharge their battery. But that's the thing, all 3 of them are actually low on charge right now. Ali just using medium right now. Mike Speed retired, and we've got another safety car, and the top 3 all stay out. Stray Dog 3 stays out, same with Percival. Yep, Collins stays out, Robbo stays out, same with Stray Dog. Everyone's staying out. Oh, Stray Dog 3 coming in. Thomas, no, Psych, and they've went and served that drive-through penalty. Also, no, they've not managed to serve that drive-through penalty just yet. Can they end up being disqualified before the end of this Grand Prix? They're not going to be able to serve it just yet while the safety car is enforced. If they'd done that earlier, that could have basically nullified the drive-through, and he would have only lost a couple of places, but that is the unfortunate thing, that they did not do it as soon as possible, as you never know what may happen. So now another safety car, and this time it'll be Super Striker who's going to be leading us away. No one deciding to take any more pit stops, so everyone still settling on the same tyres for now. There we go, we've got the little screen up there. Ignore Thomas, because he is unfortunately not been here for the majority of the Grand Prix. We're only having a 1 lap safety car, which is quite unusual. I've never seen that before. So we're only going to have a 2 lap sprint race, so the only time the drivers are going to get DRS is going to be out of turn 8, or at the end as the first half of the start-finish straight. As the safety car's round in turn 12 now, just seeing the drivers getting all 4 tyres warmed up. And looking on now, Andrew Smith up 7 places now into 9th. Nicely done from them. And Super Striker's away now, coming out at turn 12, went quite early there. And now around the final corner into the lead. Gap sitting at about 7/10. It's closing though, with that slipstream proving quite effective here. We've only got just about 10 kilometres still to go in this Grand Prix. We're on the penultimate lap going into turn 3. Super Striker currently sitting in the lead, RB Test Driver in 2nd. And looking at tyres, and RB Test Driver's actually quicker than Ali right now, who's on them soft compound tyres. What is going to happen is Test Driver going to be able to get up and get that win. That is the question. Is he going to be able to put enough pressure on the Aston Martin ahead of Super Striker to force a mistake to happen on the Aston Martin's part? Or is he just not going to have enough in the tank? Are they softs going to fall off before the end of the Grand Prix? As we've got to say that the mediums will be the better tyre possibly at this stage. We'll soon see how things are going to unfold. Still sitting right on the gearbox, 2.2 seconds sits the gap to the driver behind of Ali, who's currently sitting in 4th place, and that gap is ever increasing. And is he going to be going for it? Nope, he's having a little look, just trying to get that braking zone right. No DRS as of yet. Like I said before, the DRS detection point is just after turn 6 on turn 7, and I'm not going to get it until after turn 8 all the way down to turn 9, and then after turn 10 all the way down to turn 11. Looking on right now from RB Test Driver, using that DRS. Is he going to go for it here, going into turn 9? He goes to the outside, whizzing past, and you can see them going side by side, going into turn 9. Super Striker has to yield and give up that position. It looks like Test Driver's managed to make this work, but he's went wide. He's went wide at turn 11, and that's allowed Super Striker to get back past and get up back into the lead. This is just like a recreation of the, I think it was 2011 Canadian Grand Prix, where Vettel ended up messing up at the end of Sector 1 and now ends up losing the race. Looking at Super Striker, comes across the line to win by 0.4 of a second. And further back, RB Test Driver in 2nd, then Stray Dog 3rd, 4th for Percival. Andrew Smith doing excellent there, getting up 11 positions there to finish in 5th. Going further down, and Thomas comes across the line, even though it wasn't even here, comes in last place. Now Syke coming across the line, last one to cross the line. And then there we have it, folks. That is the end of the Australian Grand Prix here in Extinguished Motorsport. That is the end of round 6 here in Australia. Looking on at the order at the end, we've seen Super Striker getting that win. Oh, there we go, coming out on the podium, happy and cheery about that win. They're just managing to reclaim that position out of turn 11 after the RB test driver ended up messing up and going a bit deep, locking up. Super Striker also getting the fastest lap of 1:18.585. Then in third place was Stray Dog Racing in the McLaren, qualified fourth, managed to get up a place and get that third position due to Collins having that connection issue. Then from 10th up to 4th was Percival. From 16th up to 5th was Andrew Pip Smith in the Red Bull, and the other Red Bull was Ali in 6th, Collins in 7th, Robo was 8th, Stray Dog 0 in 9th, then was Stray Dog 3 in the Silver, in 10th, St. Power in 11th, then we had Syke in 12th. Thomas was not here, unfortunately, for the majority of the Grand Prix, and then the ones who retired was Mike Speed, Ems and Jack Spack. They all did not finish the Grand Prix either. So there you have it, folks. That is the end of Season 2, Round 6. If you enjoyed the content, please leave a like and share and possibly subscribe if you haven't already. Until next week, it's peace out from me.